So today I'm going to show you how to create a button for to manually refresh the dataset within the Power BI service. So I have a sample dataset here for Spotify most recent songs, and I've created a basic bar graph here, and I've also published this dashboard in my workspace. As you can see, the last refresh date is today's date, which is 9:53 p.m. and right now time is 12:21 a.m. So what we'll do is we will go back to the data set and we'll try to create a button, and then we'll do some entries, and then we'll see if the data is coming up right now in here or not. So let's do it. So if we there's an automate button, Power Automate for Power BI, we can use this. Which what we'll do is it will trigger the flow on the click of this button. Let me make it a little small. So here we can go on edit, click on new instant cloud flow. So as you can see, the first step is already created. Power BI button clicked. No additional information is needed for this step. You will be able to use the output in the subsequent steps. So in the new step, look for a Power BI option here, and then in the actions, you can look for refresh a dataset. Once you click here, it will ask you for the workspace where you have published. So mine is, for example, my workspace, and the dataset is Power BI refresh. And we'll click on save, and then click on save and apply. So you'll get this prompt that it's already saved. It's successfully saved. Now you can click on back, and it's too big. We'll make it a little small, just like a normal button. Move it here. And now we can change the color and the text for better understanding. For example, let me change the text to fresh Power BI dataset, and blue is too much. I'll make it a little something light, and we can change the color to black. Bold. Okay. Okay. So now the button is successfully created. We'll save the file. Now this data is coming from Dataverse. What we can do is we can go to the Dataverse, and as you can see here in the database, the last entry is all the entries are for 2019, 21, 22, and 23. We will, once the data gets updated, we'll create an entry for 2024. I'll Let's assume I am the artist, and the song I have written is, I'll steal Taylor Swift's song Back to December. Okay, so now the entry is done. What we'll do is We will go back to our data set. We'll publish this data set in my workspace. It will ask you if you want to replace the current file. Click on replace it. Now we'll go back to our data set, which is here. It should be here now. So right now, as I've published it, it already refreshes the data when we publish the dashboard. So now the refresh time is 12:25. We'll open the dashboard and we will click on this button. As we click, it will show us that the flow is triggering, and now the flow has triggered. We'll go back and see the circle popping up. It means the data set refresh is running. Now that the data refresh is successfully ran, we'll go and refresh the visuals. You see, we got the new data entry that we did in the Dataverse. So we can't refresh the data set with this refresh because this is only for the visuals. So the users can't have the ability to refresh the data set. And we can only refresh the data set if we'll go to the settings of this Power BI data set. You can see that we can only have 7 refreshes. It won't let you add more than 7 refreshes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It won't let you have more than 8 automatic refreshes. So there might be some time when the user wants to refresh the data, but you don't have any more refresh or scheduled refreshes. So you can use this thing. There are other ways to refresh the dataset. You can use and Power Automate flow, and you can set the reoccurrence to 15 minutes or 28 minutes. In those cases, it's only helpful if you are setting to 30 to 40 refreshes like in a day. But if it's more than that, then it will the dataset will give you an error. I'll share a video on that later, but that's all for now.